Today we are dealing with the passive drug absorption. In this one, whatever the maximum drug is there that is being absorbed from the passive absorption from the mainly from the GI tract. So you'll be learning the from this topic how the what are the you'll be learning the various type of the passive drug absorptions and what is the mechanism of the passive drug absorption. So in this one, the absorption, that is the irreversible transfer process which transfers the drug from its site of administration to the systemic circulation. It is a mass transfer. It is a movement of the drug through the membrane, which are going to be having the barriers there. Biological membranes are there, that is there, which is totally dependent on the physicochemical property of the drug molecule and nature of the membrane and the perfusion of the absorption site and the local pH. So these are the important factors that is going to affect the whatever the majorly from the passive drug absorption, and plus also it has got a other factors like physicochemical property and physiological property and patient related properties also there that is going to affect. The main mechanism of absorption are there mainly the three: the passive transport, active transport, and the your facilitated transports. These are the important. So primary requisite for the drug absorption is dependent on the whatever the drug solubility and the gastrointestinal permeability. As per the I'm done whatever he has told. The solid dosage form mainly with respect to the tablet and capsules has to go under the different processes of the disintegration, dissolution, and drug in the form of a solution form. Then it starts absorption from the lipoidal membranes. So either it may be absorbed from the passive or the active or facilitated transport. So these are the three mechanisms are prevailing for the drug absorption in this one. Now we are going to consider only the passive transport. So biological transport includes the paracellular and transcellular transports. So transcellular transports can be further divided into into passive diffusion, endocytosis, and carrier-mediated transports. And paracellular transports refers to the passage of solute without the passage through the epithelium cells, Now we can see in this one, so paracellular transport and transcellular transport, and which is passing through this one, that is the which is with respect to the whatever the tight junction of the this one. Now passive transport, passive simple is been classified into different types. One is known as simple diffusion, that is as from the higher concentration to the lower concentration of the drug molecule diffuses through the biological membrane without the this one whatever the energy, the which is governed by the fixed law, first diffusion law. Explain the concentration gradient across the membrane. It states that the flux of the molecule per unit time is equal to the concentration of gradient time, the area and the area time, the permeability coefficient by the its own whatever the membrane thickness. Thus the flux can be defined as per the equation C1 minus C2 multiplied by the area into permeability of the coefficient by divided by the thickness. So almost all the drug follow this phenomena of this one by the simple diffusion obeying the fixed law. So next transport is the pore transport. Very small molecules like water, urea, and sugar are rapidly crossing the membrane. The membrane containing the pore or pore channels. Although such pores have been been seen by the microscope only. The model transport is explain the renal excretion of the drug and uptake of drug into the liver. These are the two phenomena occurring from the pore transport in the two region of your body, that is in the kidney as well as in the liver. Small drugs move through the this channel by diffusion more rapidly than any other part of the membrane. Certain type of the protein called transproteins may be formed on the open channel across the lipoidal membrane, also facilitate the your transports of this one. That is this one. Next is filtration. Yeah, it is a passage of the substrate through the pores in the cell membrane by means of their hydrostatic or osmotic pressure gradient. Water ions and some polar and non-polar molecules of the low molecular weight diffuses through the membrane, indicating the existence of the pore on the pores or the channels which are present on the Mainly it has been observed in the glomerular filtration of the kidney. A good example for the filtration. Filtration occurs in the jejunum and the proximal tubules of the kidney, or in the mainly with respect to the nephron, and it is absent in the stomach lining and the urinary bladder. Only certain ions like sodium or potassium of low molecular weight, like ethanol and glycerol, can be undergo this filtration type. That is the third type of this one. Next is a bulk flow. So drug in this process passes through the pore between the capillary endothelial cells. The passage is independent of the water and the lipid solubility. Bulk is phenomena mostly seen with the intracellular and subcutaneous injections. Drug is injected in the bulk form of the muscle, and drug molecule along with the aqueous medium passes through the pores endothelium and diffuses into the blood circulation. This type of transport is independent of pH and the pK of the drug. So bulk flow does not occur in the brain because of the absence of the pore, because it contains a tight junction of blood-brain barrier. So bulk flow is dependent upon the blood flow and more rapid absorption. That's why the area is rubbed after intramuscular injection to increase the blood flow. So ion transport is there. That is the last one. That is, it is another mechanism in which drugs are ionized in all the pH through the endogenous substance forms and neutral complex. Thus, the absorption through the biological membrane. Thus, endogenous substances are the food substances like carbohydrate, proteins, and fatty acids. Like propionic is also propionic is a beta blocker complexes with the oleic acid. Thus, the transport is enhanced. So the conclusion is the factor influencing the rate of absorption is dependent on the net factor. That is, increase in the gradient concentration, increase in the diffusion rate. Increase in the permeability of the membrane increases the rate. So increase in surface area of the membrane increases the diffusion rate. Increase in the molecular weight, there is a decrease in the diffusion rate. Increase in the thickness of the membrane, there is a decrease in the rate of diffusion. These are the references for this. Thank you.